And welcome back to SA Sports Show. Barry, I think this is your segment because golf, I know you love it.
I do.
I apparently have way too many shots. I
Yeah,
get my money's worth.
yeah.
I get way too many shots.
That's fine, mate. You're not alone
Got a
there.
very special guest, Peter and Gary, of course, manager at the Glenelg Golf Course. Welcome.
Well, manager of our pennant team.
Okay.
That's all, yes.
Yeah. Plenty happening in your world at the moment with the Simpson Cup. Yeah.
We had a look. We had a look last week.
Okay, yeah.
Dark, didn't we? We got
did,
stuck into it last week and had a bit of a look at the Simpson Cup.
We sort of picked the 4 winners as well last
You,
week.
yes,
So,
you picked the 4 winners last
But
week.
this is like your AFL, sort of SNFL,
It's as
your
big
best
as-
club in South Australia, and they do it nationally, but this is, okay.
Best 8 clubs,
Yeah.
round robin event. You play sort of, and then this year they've added semi-finals, so the top 4 go to semi-final
Yep.
and then the final.
Yep.
So, relegation, the bottom team
Right.
goes out,
Yeah.
and the top team from A2 division comes back in
back
for the
in.
following year.
Yeah, so it's a lot of pressure.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you're fighting for the premiership.
And it'll get down, as I said last week, we went to the last round last year with 5 teams, a chance to play in the final, and also 4 of them a chance to be relegated. It just depended on results. So it was
tight.
and it just
It
came
was
down,
tight.
it was crucial. It came down to holes won, not matches.
Yeah.
So it was, and I think by adding the 4th, the semi-final this year, it'll be even tighter at the finish,
Yeah.
So
Great concept.
I think
That's great, mate. It's
Fantastic.
great viewing too. I do. It's
Yeah.
great watching. If you're a golf fan,
they play some up. They play some incredible
They
golf.
do, they do.
And then with Peter alongside us, he knows the difference between what we're playing as top amateurs to them playing for your living, and it's just tougher and tougher.
there's a bit of difference. Yeah, there's a bit of difference. But there was you would have seen the Vines and Glenelg last week. You were following around.
I had a very close look. I was actually caddying for one of our guys, Sam Earl.
Yeah.
But I sort of keep my eye on what's sort of going on, and then I get a report from Jeff Attenborough, our other co-manager.
Yeah.
He keeps me informed how we're going, and it was a really we had a tight game. I know we won 5.5, 1.5, but sort of about the 11th hole, it could have gone either way.
Things
and then
were a bit tight, yeah.
perhaps our Glenelg's experience just sort of came to the fore a little, and we got away.
Yeah.
And as I said last week, you'll see those top sides, Kooyonga and Grange, and they dominated their games with 6-1 victories.
Yeah,
so
It's exciting.
with this week coming up, Glenelg, Grange or Kooyonga don't play one another.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the 3 of them will start favourite in their matches, and so that should push them all to the top of the table.
Yeah,
with,
next level.
So-
Yeah,
with,
the
you
top.
know, and then you'll see the real fight for that 4th, 5th position. So.
Okay, so go through the round for me next week.
We're at Royal Adelaide, all teams.
Yeah, all teams at Royal Adelaide, yeah.
Royal Adelaide play Mid-North at
win that.
home. They should win because Mid-North's their first year in.
Yeah.
They're probably finding their feet a bit, and home ground advantage should favour them.
Yeah.
Grange play the Vines. Now,
important game.
we had a tight game, and you'd expect, the Vines, Southern and Thaxted Park can really offer something. They've got a lot of good players.
Yeah.
As I say, I think you'd favour Grange, Kooyonga, and Glenelg. Glenelg play Thaxted Park, Kooyonga play Southern, and Grange play the Vines.
Okay.
The 3 major clubs would start favourites, but there's nothing given in this game anymore.
Well,
Home course advantage, is there a little bit of home course
there will
advantage?
be.
You'd have to be,
Absolutely.
Royal Adelaide this week.
And also, I think Peter would agree that there's a massive difference for the sandbelt courses playing the hills courses because obviously our guys play the sandbelt courses, you would think better. Where the guys that have played a lot of golf on the hills courses have a bit of an advantage up there.
Right, okay.
So, and that's there's only 4 courses on the sandbelt, and the other guys are playing from virtually.
Mate, you got to go everywhere. You got to go everywhere, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, you do.
got to go and play everywhere. And that's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, this year for the first time with Mid-North in, they're playing out of Tanunda, Southern Division playing out of Mount Compass. It's the furthest anyone's had to travel for Simpson Cup,
Yeah, it's tough, yeah.
but it's exciting. It's it'll really shape up.
And
We'll get
Peter,
down to Royal
yeah.
Adelaide on Sunday, yeah.
And Peter, you got the world on your shoulders at the moment, as well as massive big shoulder pads
Some
there,
extra
by the
material,
way.
yeah.
First of all, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Wow. Tell us a bit about it. I mean, you've just, the PNG winner,
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And your first, Pete? And
That's
it's
my
a
first
maiden
tour win, yeah.
Tour
yeah.
win, which
So,
is fantastic for South Australia.
Yeah, he would have, if he had one too, he would have brought his other jacket around because that one.
Yeah, well,
We could cut that in half and do two.
It's,
Have a look at it.
well, honestly, as I said earlier, I think that they thought that Afri Barnrat was going to win. He was going to win that because that would fit him. That
Probably
would,
a little bit more his size. So I think
why the big jacket? What is the story with that? You would think they'd have a number of jackets that would,
Yeah, it's maybe next year they might have a couple to try on, but I think the last couple of years, the guys that have won, they've sort of been around that 6 foot to 6 foot
yeah.
2 mark, and I think
Yeah.
the jackets are actually a little small on them. But it's gone the opposite way with me. I mean, I'm 5'9", I'm not a tiny guy, but I'm not small. And but yeah, this one would struggle.
Can you tell us a bit about the win and the tournament? And
Yeah. It was interesting actually. It's my first time I've been to PNG and the Royal Port Moresby Golf Club,
Yep.
and it's only because I've had a couple of friends that I play, a couple of fellow pros that have gone up there and said, you should go and play. The course in good condition and it would really suit you. So my sort of style of game, I guess, I'm not a huge long hitter, but I'm generally pretty straight.
Yeah.
And this golf course, you have to be very straight. So once I got up there and sort of it suited my eye really well.
Yeah.
Like you were just talking about Pennants with the hills courses, they're quite, they are hilly, but they've also got a lot of tree line and lots of dog legs. This golf course was very similar to the ones I've grown up playing on. When you talk about, say, the sandbelt sort of courses like your Royal Adelaide's, they're very open and very long, so it does suit different people's styles of game. So PNG for me was, you couldn't build a better golf course for me to play on, so it was great.
that last part?
Oh yeah, a bit nervy.
Was
It was. I hit a good putt, but there wasn't a leaderboard at the time, so I didn't actually know where I was standing. I knew I'd had a pretty decent round, but it's one of those courses that scoring can be quite hot, and anyone could have had a really good score behind me and sort of snuck up. I had no idea. So
Did you bogey the last two?
I did.
You bogeyed 17, 18 to win.
Yeah. It kind of
To win it.
to win. So
Wow.
I managed to play some great golf early
Exactly.
to give myself a pretty big buffer, and it's not so much on paper. It looks like I probably choked a little, or or got a little bit uneasy, but I felt fine. They were two tricky shots, I guess, to explain. I didn't have very good distances in the sense that I just had the perfect club for. I was sort of right in between, and sort of had to pick: do I go the longer club or the shorter club? And so that, even with no pressure, you always have to sort of manufacture a shot, and it can be tricky depending on the wind. So they were just two awkward shots coming home. They didn't quite pull off. But
Right, Pete, what does that do for you now? Well, it's got to open up some doors.
Oh,
for you.
Absolutely, it's massive for me. So basically, where my status was originally for the year, I would be getting starts in most of the events for the year, like the Australian Open and PGA. I'd be sort of knocking on the door of getting into those, whereas when you get the win, you get exemptions. So basically, the winners category means you're at the top of the list. And I think for the next 2 years, or definitely over the course of all of next year, I'm at the top of that list to get into all the events.
How much travelling?
Quite a bit,
Quite a lot, yeah, so-
yeah, I mean, the Australian tour, it's not a huge tour. It's about, I think we might play about 12 events for the year. But in between, you've got Pro-Ams. They're like mini tour events, I guess you'd almost call it. I'm not playing on any major international tours, so like China, where I played, or Asian tour, where you could, be away for 20 to 30 weeks of the year, between playing everything. But I'm going to look at going to another international tour like Japan or Europe. Using those exemptions in Australia, it gives me the opportunity to go and play.
You're loving life, Peter.
It's not bad. It's not
Well, you will be
bad.
now. You will be now. One of you, when I first saw you play, you played my lad in a championship at Royal Adelaide.
Yeah, we talk about it often still.
I know you would. But you were, without doubt, the best putter I've ever seen. Now, that disappeared for a little while. It might happen to a lot of golfers, but you have a different setup now with your putting and all that. I mean, that day I think you were knocking in 30 footers just all day, and I mean all day. It was amazing. Alex couldn't believe it. he says he's a good putter now because of you.
Yeah.
But
Well,
your putting now is a different.
that day, that was probably one of my better putting performances. I had that particular year. I think that would have been about 2006. I remember it pretty like it was yesterday. But I had a great putter that I had confidence with, and just was feeling it. And that particular day, happened to hole everything when we played from everywhere. And we talk about it pretty often. It's not anything magic or special. I just had some simple drills and a little rail that I used, he sort of followed suit.
Which he still does.
Which he still does, and I still do.
And he's a good putter. He loves his
He's
putting.
great. It's funny, the tides have kind of turned a bit. We played only a couple of weeks ago, or months ago actually now, but we had a hit, and I was telling him how impressed I was with his putting. I was like, what I would give to have that. You know,
Well, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
But he also said to me, quickly for you, before you go, that fitness plays a pretty important role in golf, especially at that level, your level now. He said that the one-legged squats on the dance floor at the Grand has set you up. He reckons you're the only one he's ever seen who do one-legged squats.
I think all
on the dance
sports need to
floor
go
at the
to
Grand.
a nightclub and do those sort of crazy things.
Yeah, I think, I don't know how that came about, but there was maybe a gym program back in the day where all the golf exercises were coming out, and balance is pretty important in golf. And I, for some reason, thought that the Grand Bar was a pretty good place to.
Well, if you keep winning, it could be a new
show off
dance.
my-
It could be a new dance if you keep winning.
exactly right.
Congratulations, fantastic.
Yeah, well done,
guys.
mate.
Thanks for
Well
coming
done.
in.
Nah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
And we're back after the break.
Cheers.